hot yoga problems. Ow! I got them. You know I got them. My yogi friends across the land.
Oh no.
Whoa, look out, look out. I'm backing up. I'm in a foreign territory for yoga. Look out, I'm in a parking lot. I don't want to wreck. Be careful. I'm coming to you from Buckhannon, West Virginia, my hometown, the 26201. Yes, indeed. Wow. What a remarkable experience. Folks, I've been off the grid for a while. I've been back home, staying busy, dealing with some family issues. It's that season in life, as they say. But you know, when I was in the Stone Tower coffee shop the other day, just looking at the bulletin board, old school, you got Mr. Fix-It cards on there, you got Domino's Pizza, and lo and behold, what else did I see? A big advertisement for yoga. Yes, yoga in Buckhannon, West Virginia. Population, I don't know, 6,000 maybe in the city, 16,000 across the county. Is that right? Someone fact check me quick. Oh boy. Bottom line, you know when I see that ad, I'm going to go hit it up. As I did tonight. I'm so excited to see yoga action in effect in rural America. In north central West Virginia, yoga is happening, folks. So, I didn't know what to expect. It's not hot yoga. So this is a bit of an off-brand episode. I don't want to call it cold yoga, but in a sense it is. It's like just a normal yoga flow in the existing temperature. Cold yoga problems. I don't want to start a separate channel for that. So we're going to call this Hot Yoga Problems Buckhannon episode, Cold Yoga Special. Something like that. I'll work with ChatGPT to get a real catchy name and a very engaging hook to get more clicks. I think the first thing you might notice about me, for those of you, for the yogis, the boys and girls, the tens of listeners across the land, all the great fans that tune into my show, I love you all. Thank you so much. The first thing you might notice about me is this look, this different appearance. What is it? What's different about Rafferty? Is it his hair? No. Is it his shirt? Well, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's a little chilly out there, but that's not really an unusual thing. Oh, it's the glasses, or rather the lack of glasses. Indeed, indeed. If you are observant and you're watching the YouTube version of this podcast, you go, what's wrong with, what's the thing? Oh, it's his glasses. He's missing his glasses. Where are your glasses, Rafferty? Well, listen, man, I got a long story behind that. Well, it's not that long because we don't have much long. I don't have too long to recount it. I'm just driving back to my dad's house, or my homestead. But here's the deal. When I'm going into a new environment in the yoga setting, I'm a little anxious. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how many people are going to be there. I don't know what the room's going to be like. I don't know what the layout's going to be. This is like a cold read, if you're familiar with that. I challenge anybody in my audience to take a moment sometime to crack open like a book of poetry or the Bible or Stephen King short stories, whatever. Just crack it open, something you've never read before, and read aloud as though you were presenting to an audience. That's a cold read, man. Typically, I think it's meant for theater and the screenplays, but what I'm trying to impress upon you is the anxiety of something you've never experienced yet. you're performing or you're like being viewed. So you go into a public setting, you go into a new yoga studio, or in this case, a venue that hosts yoga, a very non-traditional venue. We'll get into that in a minute. And as you approach, you wonder about what's the layout going to be like, you know? How crowded is it going to be? Where's the ideal spot? How early should I arrive? What's the process to get in and out? How's it all work? And granted, there's some social norms around all this. Yeah, there's a building, there's a door, there's a check-in, there's an exchange of money. That's all very common. But you just don't know what the room's gonna be like. So I like to get there early. Of course, I screwed up. I got behind schedule. So I was late. But I figured I'd be okay. And like, how popular could yoga be in the 26201? Ladies and gentlemen, yoga is booming here in Buckhannon. In this class tonight, there were more people than in some of the morning classes. Actually, I would say exponentially more people. That might be a stretch. Exponential is a lot. Exponential is like, what is an exponential? Actually, let's think about that for a second. That's the super text, right? So if you had 2 squared, that's an exponential, or is an exponential times 10. That's orders of magnitude. My mom would be very disappointed in me right now because she was a math teacher, but math was just never my strong suit. So I don't know exactly what an exponential is. Let's scale it back a little bit. There were a lot more people in class tonight than in the average morning class back in Arlington, Virginia. That was fascinating to me. So I rolled in a little bit late, but still like 5 minutes early. I figured there'd only be a few people. Man, it was like, I don't know, a good 15 people in that class. It was packed. And so I'm glad that I put my contacts in today, my friends. That's a rarity for me. And by the way, I struggled mightily putting in my contacts before class today. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm comfortable with the studios where I live in Arlington, Virginia, so I don't need to wear my contacts anymore. I don't need to really see what's around me. As we've explained and discussed in previous episodes of Raff's Brain, I am blind as a bat. You take my glasses off, I can't see. I am probably legally blind. It's bad, folks. I got myopic curse. I'm on the spectrum at the tail end of that bad boy. But if I'm in a setting where I don't quite know everybody or know the scenery around me, or like, I gotta have my contacts in so I can see what's happening. God forbid, if I'm in an unfamiliar setting, trying to do yoga with complete strangers, without my glasses on, this is not a pleasant experience. It turns into a very anxiety-ridden flow. And you don't want that in life. You want to chill. So I'm very glad I put my contacts in. That was an ordeal. It's been a while since I've worn contacts, but they're disposable, so I was able to hit them up. And I'm very glad I did so because the class was full. But I did get to sit in the corner, which is nice. I'm surprised that a corner spot wasn't taken. But it wasn't, and there I was, plopped down the corner, very welcoming, very accommodating. Not hot yoga, that's okay, I wasn't expecting it. The instructor's extraordinarily welcoming, very gracious, very nice. Sets the tone. You got some chill music on. She lights some incense, that's nice. Smelling good in there. The people are friendly, they're chill. Everything's off to a great start. And then she explains the class, and it's gonna be a kind of endurance class, not in a sense of physical endurance, but more about the balance, and not balance of like standing poses and things so much, but balance in terms of your breathing process. And so she introduced us to this fascinating little breathing exercise where you breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose, hold for 4 seconds, exhale through your mouth, inhale through your nose, 4 seconds. It's like this repeating 4-second mantra. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. You get it. It repeats several times. And we start doing that, and I'm immediately reminded that I haven't done yoga in maybe a week and a half, and my body is reset into its slothy, tense state. I'm sitting there, crisscross applesauce, struggling. Beads of sweat are appearing on my forehead. Oh, can anybody here sit crisscross applesauce for more than 3 minutes without breaking a sweat? I challenge you. You're like, what are you talking about? That's nothing. I'm telling you right now, people, the pose is painful. And everything we did tonight, cat cows, warrior twos, tree. We had a tree with the breath work, kind of. Maybe we didn't do breath work during the tree. I can't remember. But it was a very slow and steady paced flow tonight. I really enjoyed it. It was such an unusual experience relative to my norm vinyasa hot yoga agony. This was taxing and challenging mentally. I had to really focus on my breath. I know it sounds easy that 4 and 4 and 4, but I'm telling you what, it is no joke. So I was great. I was so glad to see yoga alive and well and thriving here in my childhood home, Buckhannon, West Virginia. Who'd have thunk it? Kudos to the yogi instructor. I will be back in that class at some point because I'm going to be visiting here more often given some of the circumstances I'm dealing with right now. We'll talk about that in future episodes of Raff's Brain. We're not going to touch on it in hot yoga problems. The bottom line is yoga is thriving in North Central West Virginia. I enjoyed it very much tonight. It was held in a youth center, an old elementary school. And so I was like in an old elementary school classroom on the second floor. And it turned out to be quite a lovely experience. I'm grateful for it. I encourage anyone in the Buckhannon, Elkins, Clarksburg area to make their way down to the Stockard Youth Center. Check it out. Look it up, Google it. You'll find it. And you should hit it up, and I'll be there probably most of the time. Not always, but most of the time when I'm in town, I'm gonna try to hit that up because I gotta keep my yoga flow going. And goodness gracious, when I get back to Arlington, you know I'm in a world of trouble. It's been about a week and a half since I've done any hot yoga. I'm probably not going back till Friday. Maybe I'll do it on Saturday morning. It's gonna be devastating. Probably the next episode of Hot Yoga Proms is gonna be after a morning flow, 8:30. Oh, I'm gonna get crushed. I've just not been maintaining. I have been doing a lot of stepping. I've been walking a lot up and down the lane here in my neighborhood, but that's not the same. So anyway, hot yoga problems, cold yoga problems, whatever you want to call it. It was a good flow tonight. I had a great time. Not too taxing, definitely mentally challenging, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to do it. I hope more and more folks will. And if you're in the Buckhannon area and you're in my listening audience, that's probably a very narrow sliver of the tens of fans of the show. Please hit me up. Let's go together to a future yoga session in Buckhannon, dude. Let's make it happen. It's good for you. By the way, the last thing I'll say is, and this is a thing of beauty, yoga in North Central West Virginia is, I think we would call it 3 times less expensive, right? A drop-in class in Northern Virginia is going to cost you 18 to 25, maybe $30, depending on the time and the level, and etc. You don't even know what it costs here. What do you think? 15? 12? 10? I'm talking $7. Ding, 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 ding. $7 for a yoga class. What a bargain. What a deal. What an extraordinary opportunity for people to gain access to this practice, man. If you're in the area, you have no excuses, man. $7 is the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. $7 is the price of a dozen eggs. Maybe they're coming down. I don't know. Bottom line is, it's very affordable. It's well done. You got lots of cool people in there, and they're having a good time. And I think it's going to be a fun little side hustle to keep me busy until I get back to Arlington. And one thing I'll finally say is, look at this dog welcoming me. Oh, she just moved her head. Anyway, who cares? Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. Until next time. Namaste, mofos.